AMPPED family, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another podcast. My name is Eric, also go by Dos Ocho. With me today, I got Mr. King Johnny V. I have Mr. Pop Rocks Joel Norman. I got Lay Morning Jason Morning, and I got Mr. Amped himself. Today, we are talking about to give or not to give. And just going through a few questions that we already laid out, and just explaining really what is giving. How do you feel about giving? When is the right time to give? When is the wrong time to give? Um, and yeah, is Thanksgiving the time where we're supposed to be giving? Is Christmas the only time that you're supposed to give presents to people? Things like that. So yeah, we're about to get into it. You guys want to say anything before we start?
I'm
What's
excited.
good?
You
What's
excited?
good?
Boy,
Jason got his logo in there. John looked like he on top of a sky tower.
You're
All right, first question. What are your thoughts slash feelings about giving in general? Just a real basic level. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Giving, I feel like it's like real simple. It's not really a deep thing. You just give to people. They could be in need. It can just be somebody that you saw randomly passing by. You just want to give them something. It's just a way to be nice, I guess. Nothing too special.
For me, I would have to agree the same. Giving is very, very simple. It doesn't require a whole lot from you. It's just a matter of if you have the heart to give, it's real, real easy, right? And giving to people, whether it's a need needs to be met, whether you're showing that you appreciate somebody, give as give as often as you can. That's how I feel about it.
Mm.
hmm yeah, because giving is, like y'all said, pretty simple. But there are levels to giving. Like when you think about it, you give your time or your money, but like as you get older, you have plans to like give back to your parents, who maybe have done so much for you, and then that's more sentimental, and that can be, crying and tear jerking. But if you're just giving someone some food, that might not be as uh, sentimental as it can be. But yeah.
Mr.
I
Morning.
feel like with giving, you can't really overthink it. Like once you get to overthinking what you're going to give and how to give, you kind of discourage yourself from giving. Like Eric said, it's really not that deep. Either you're going to give or you're not. So it's got to be in that right mindset, have that heart to give.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah, I agree with especially what John said about giving your time and the sentimental type of giving. Especially like if your grandparents are still around, they always looking out for you. Especially when you're a kid growing up. But they'll spoil you a little bit and you wanna give back to them.
Okay. So do y'all like to give? Like I don't like giving. I suck at giving gifts. I suck at planning out gifts. It's just not good for me. So I like receive gifts, but gift giving, that's hard for me. Do y'all like to give?
Yeah and no. Like, cause
Yeah,
today,
no.
there's this guy I'm working with, bro. He's like, his shoes are like ran to death. He's literally has them tied up with wire and plastic wrap.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, bro, I got a pair of non-slip sitting at home. I can just like give you the stuff, but everybody's like, don't say anything because he's not going to take it. I'm like, I just can't see dude wearing busted shoes, yo. Like he's obviously working because he works with me, so he has a job. Has an income, so he can buy a $20 pair of shoes. But then again, it's like, what's the story behind it? Why is he not taking when people is trying to give him like out of generosity?
Gotcha. So for me, if y'all know me, I love giving. It's one of those things that is ingrained in me since I was little. And it's not just church. Like people around me were always giving of their best, right? I saw my mom, helping other families. I'm like, Mom, why are we doing this? Like, you ask questions and then you see people doing it, and you're like, okay, well, maybe that's what I should be doing. But I love giving stuff away. I love giving to people. whether they'll take it or not, just because giving is the right thing to do. Now, don't get me wrong, receiving is good to do as well, but there's just a feeling that giving gives you, that you could receive everything that you want, and you're like, okay, all right, what else can I do? Like, what else can I want? But giving, you never really like, if you have the heart to give, there's always like motive, or you always feel like, hey, what can I give to so and so? Like, yeah.
There's always somebody in need too.
Mhm.
You're looking for something to give. There's always somebody out there that needs something.
Right.
Mr. John?
Yeah. I think I grew up in a family that gives a lot. Um, like I said before, time or even like good conversations are always giving you some type of wisdom. So it doesn't have to be necessarily money or food, but it's also in that aspect of learning something from our elders in that aspect, and that's kind of been really getting in me, where I start to follow in their footsteps of giving things that I can to people in need. Because like you said, someone's always in need. It doesn't have to always be money. Some people might just want a simple conversation, or some words of encouragement, and you can give them that, and that's what starts that bridge to connect you to other people, and have better relationships, and be more humane. So
Okay. You got anything, Jason?
Well, I always try to, like, if I see someone they need some help, like sometimes you see the homeless on the street and you give them a few dollars, they'll always be there asking for more dollars.
I always
But
feel stressed giving homeless people money.
yeah,
yeah,
Like all those stories about, well, I gave a homeless person some money and then he hopped in a Mercedes Benz after.
yeah,
Like, how do I know you actually need this? And what are you going to do with this if I give you this money?
hmm,
I know Pastor Pruitt, he used to say instead of giving them money, he goes out and buys them like a sandwich or something like that, just so
Yeah.
you know where the money is going to.
Mhm.
right,
Something to do. Going back on what Jay had said earlier, and he was talking about how he saw the guy, he didn't have good shoes. His shoes were all jacked up. And so he felt the need to offer him shoes because he had an extra pair. So what are other things that maybe motivates you guys to give? Is it out of like just because you see the need, or maybe you feel guilty because you have more than what the other person has? So you feel like, oh yeah, I should do this. What motivates you guys to give?
well, it's what God would do, so that's the main reason.
Okay.
hmm. I wouldn't say more so feeling guilty and then having to give. I just feel like sometimes as people, we sometimes hold on to too much stuff that we don't need per se, so that someone else can utilize and help in their life. Like right now, I'm actually developing a place for clothes. I have some clothes now that I don't use, or that I can't use because I'm getting older and bigger, and sizes are changing, so I'm not going to need those clothes anymore. So I need to have a space that I can give them to someone else, even though it's still corona going on. I have to make sure that it goes to someone safely, but I don't really need those clothes per se, because I can't have it, and it wouldn't do me any justice if I kept holding on to it. So I kind of need to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's that feeling of, if I'm not using it, someone else can.
Okay.
I mean, for me to give y'all, I feel like they have to like ask directly instead of in generally, if you like know what I mean. Like being the panhandler and holding up a sign, you just generally asking for help. But if someone like approaches me directly and is like, yo, I need food, I need this, and this because of this, like asking directly, it's kind of different because you want to help them because they ask directly instead of just saying, hey, everybody, I need money, who can help? And just wait for a response.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that can get old. I used to work in DC. Well, actually, I work in DC now, so but I'm home for the most part. um, but when I would get on public transportation and ride past people or walk past people, you see them. One of the things that kind of stuck me with helping certain ones and not others is the conversation with them, right? As you all know, I talk to just about anybody, everybody.
Hmm.
That's always been my MO. So, I see somebody in the same spot 3, 4 days in a row, like, hey, strike up a conversation with them, and see what's going on, and see what's really what they're really about. And there was this one guy, I'll never forget him. Like, I was going to Georgetown, and when I was working out in Georgetown, I would pass him every single day. Every time I was out there, would pass him up, and he's like, "Hey, I stopped one time. I wasn't in such a rush. I was like, "Hey, how's everything going? What's going on with life?" And he told me how he had just gotten out of jail, had been in jail for 3 to 5 or something like that, and he and his girl were just trying to get back to normal, right? And for him, nobody was trying to hire him because he just got out of jail.
Hmm.
But he had, tatted up the whole nine, and you're like, oh, okay. Didn't always smell so pleasant, and you're like, bruh, well, what's going on? What can I help you with? So like Pastor Pruitt would say, give him some food, right? Give him some food so you know where the money is going. And so one day, I would pass by the McDonald's that's right outside the Roslyn Metro Station, and as I was walking, I gave him a little Happy Meals, and for him, it's like, oh man, you didn't have to do all of that. I appreciate that. Like, and every time I would pass by, it became, hey, stop, talk to him for 5, 10. Sometimes I ended up being late, just having a conversation,
Hmm.
hearing how things are going with him. But you can see the desire in people when you stop to have a conversation with them. And when there's a real need, you'll know how to meet that need. And I think if I didn't have the conversations with him, I'd have just thought he was another, smelly, drunk who was going, if I gave him money, he was going to spend it on something else. It's just, and it became a better situation. After I think when I left, right before I left, he and his girlfriend had bought a little townhouse. They were saving up money. They were doing these other things. He found him a job doing some construction work where they would pay him under the table. I know, but it was the only way for him to, get some money in his pocket outside of just standing there. And I was just like, man, that's pretty cool. So you never know where people's heart are until you really strike a conversation with them.
Yeah. And like Jay was saying earlier, um, what motivates me to give is when people come and ask me, like he was saying, it's hard. It's real hard for me to turn down somebody. They walk up to me and say, "Hey, can I have $1? Hey, can I have $5? Hey, can you buy me a sandwich?" I
Mm.
feel weird saying no, and I don't know it's because of what I've seen growing up or what, but it's just I can't say no. And so, who has inspired you to give? Like, have you seen people in your family give, and that's why okay, I should probably give to people, or what has caused you to want to give?
I
My
mean, I
parents were
just,
always giving stuff,
Say it
like
again,
helping out
Jason.
homeless. My parents used to feed the homeless and stuff like that, like every Saturday.
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to sound conceited about it, but like, I want to say myself, like the way I see it is like, yo, if I'm blessed, like I can bless other people because like, yo, I could go out and eat a $80 meal and not even think about it. But then again, I can go out and buy someone's food that's standing behind me, or maybe just give somebody a 20 and be like, yo, just run this through whatever meals you can do. Like, may not be much, but like I'm already blessed at this point. So it's like, pass the love down. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Pay that forward. Pay it forward. For me, and I'd be curious if John saw the same. But my mom and my dad, they are always giving. Like whether it's at church, whether it's people, whether it and like you all have said, it isn't always monetary, right? My mom at one point was, working on taxes for people, to, help them with their, making sure that things were taken care of so that they didn't have to worry about things. I know my mom, a couple years, we as a family, like adopted a family. Like back in the day, it was like, oh yeah, no, we're going to get gifts from such and such. We would go to
He was
Target.
a famous wrestler.
What?
What?
Oh, man. Yeah. So we always did a lot of giving. And that's just how we grew up. Like, and that's not even just my mom and my dad, my great uncle, the late bishop in Louisiana, always giving. My grandma, always giving. My aunts, my uncles, always giving. So when you see people all day, every day giving, you're like, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong because I'm trying to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, what you doing with these filters?
Bro, I looked up. I decided not to say that. No, I'm just like, I'm gonna let it be.
Did y'all see his mask filter earlier?
Yeah,
This man's
You're
yo,
having too much fun over there.
and he's like, he had to join up with the infamous cats, yo. The
right.
first thing I saw when I joined.
But true story. What Andre was talking about when my family. This was before my time, but they had mentioned it to me. But they adopted a family, and one of the family members is actually one of a famous WWE wrestler currently. So that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. So you never know who you come across, in life and what they have in their destiny or in their future years to come. But I think someone who's been most influential about giving has been my grandma. She does so much. It don't matter who you are, how you're related, if you're not related, if you're blood, not blood, what race you are, and she will give food, money, time, conversations, words of encouragement, a prayer. She does it all, and she's at the age where she should be relaxing and resting and all that, but no, she's still doing so much, and she's doing so much even across you know the country. She's in the South. We're in Virginia. She started buying stuff for the church that she doesn't go to up here, so it just goes everywhere. And seeing her do so much where she doesn't really necessarily have to, that's big that she continues to do it. So
Yeah. I definitely feel like it's a older generation thing, where they used to they give, like my grandma. Um, if she's not like making mash, she's knitting sweaters or going up to the church trying to pack the food for food distribution, just all types of things that she doesn't have to do.
hmm
She's old. Ain't no need for her to be driving back and forth or doing all that stuff with her hands. They're lifting all that heavy food, um, but they just do it just because they want to help somebody out. They want to help people do better. I think that's really cool. Um, Getting down to a deeper question, we all got bills, okay? So the question is, should you give before you spend, or should you give what's left over?
What's
Specify
left over?
more. You said what?
What's left over?
What's left
Don't give
over?
what you don't got.
Okay.
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 Why is that?
Because it doesn't make sense. You've given people so much all year, all you have, and then you can't support yourself.
Okay. So for me, I it's the thing. I plan to give, right? So because I plan to give, it is one of those things that is kind of in the front of my mind to do so. So because I plan it, it becomes not a bill, right? Not a bill, but it is one of those things that I expect to do at the beginning. And because I'm like, hey, nope, this comes right off the top. Let's take care of it. It's done. I've made I made sure that this was what I was going to do, and I know I have plenty at the end. That's kind of how I do it.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's one of those kind of circumstantial questions for sure, because you never know what life is going to throw at you, for you to either spend bills, or you never know what's going to happen with your health, or anything like that. But um, I've tried to train myself as soon as I get paid to especially pay my tithes, so that way I'm not stressing about it later, or spending all my money and then I realize, oh wait, I didn't pay God, or help out at my church, where I should have been doing in the first place. And then I worry about myself, and then I make sure that I have enough in the pot for everyone else. But in some circumstances, I do um, care about me before, after. You know, I'm trying to word the specific situation, because there are some time or past times recently where I've given to others before myself, just to make sure that they have enough before I do. Because kind of like Jay said, I'm already blessed at a point in life that I don't really um, care about continuing my personal growth when someone else could have, um, something better for them. So it just kind of depends on that circumstance or that situation.
Okay. For me, I feel like it is situational. So for example, if I had $20, my last $20, and I was walking into a grocery store, and somebody was outside and they asked me for some money before I went into the grocery store, I would give them some of that money. You know,
Mhm.
um, before I went in and bought whatever groceries, I would just change around my plan, my grocery list, and adjust accordingly. Whereas another situation, if it was some food and I had just went and drove to like Wendy's or something like that, got me a 4 for 4, and somebody was asking me for some food, dog, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
done just sat in this
Yo,
line.
yo.
Right.
I done got my food. I done drove all the way over here, and now you're gonna take my food, and I gotta go back and get in the line to get myself some food again. I don't know if I can do that one.
And you could have had other plans with that money.
Yeah,
Maybe some gas, or something else that
yeah.
would
So
have
it's
sustained you to that next check. So
it's situational. It depends on where I'm at or what I'm doing. Uh, Anybody else?
Well, I mean, if I see someone in need, yo, I'm gonna try to help. Because the way I see it is, I'm always working, so money's always going to come. Like if you work hard, you're going to get paid. So like, if I give you my last $20 within 2 weeks, I'm gonna have my bank account because it'll be replenished because I'm always working. Like it's just how it is. So like, yeah, I can help you, but I'm gonna have to take care of myself first so I can help you. Like if I let my bills slip, my car get taken away. I can't get to work.
Yeah.
I ain't making money, so we both short now. Now are you gonna help me? Can I get $20 to pay this car note? Nah, bro. So I feel like it's kind of in a way giving what's left over, but this is not counting tithes. Like tithes is like a different story. It's like
Yeah.
helping someone is like kind of giving what's left over because, yeah, I mean, I don't want to drown myself trying to help somebody else because when they get up, I don't know if they're going to help me in the same way if I drown. So
so it's like they say in when you're boarding an airplane, when you get the mask down, you help, or you put your mask on first, and then you help, your child, or if someone's struggling next to you, then you help them with your mask. That's the same
yo,
thing, because
I
if
was
you
thinking that, bro. Great. I think like
if you sit on that plane and everything goes haywire, you go there first, and then you come here, like you flying everywhere. That's not good. I'm not saying like you shouldn't, offer to help someone, but in that circumstance, if you put on your mask, you can quickly like adjust and adapt. But if you're helping someone else, you don't know how they're going to react. Like you said, you don't know if they're going to get up and just look at you and just keep moving. Like,
You may pass out before you get your mask on,
exactly.
and now nobody there to help you.
exactly that man's got his mask on. He's just like, bro,
Chilling.
what happened? You
Like,
good?
you'd be like, help. Help! You were supposed to help me.
Yo, where's your battle buddy?
Right.
I know one good thing is when I was at the gas station about to get gas, and the guy said, "Can I have like $5 for some gas?" And I put a 20 in there, and he came back and he was like, "No, no, no, you keep your money." He paid me back.
Wow.
Like he didn't pull the whole 20. He just told him to refund me.
Wow. Okay.
This man Jason got money.
Rolling.
He's balling.
Yeah, I've been in a situation where like some guy refused to let me help him, bro. I think he was just being rude. But yo, my Starbucks days, this man came in, like he didn't need help. It was just situational. Like he tried to pay for his $2 coffee with a $100 bill at 5 o'clock in the morning.
What?
After we just opened. And I was like, yo, I can't break that. Yo, it's 5 o'clock. We just opened at 4. She's like, oh, yes, you can. I used to work here. You can break this. I was like, I can't. I was like, you can go next door to Giant and get some change. He was like, no. I said, yo, you know about, yo, your coffee's on me. I'll take care of it. And he's like, no, I want to pay for my coffee. I was like, bro, I don't know what you want me to do. I can't break that, yo. I got $20 in my register. Like, come on.
Wow. No, that's
some people don't want help. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Some people want what they want. And if you're offering a ride to the mall and they want to take your car, he's like, yo, I'll give you a ride, but you can't have my car. They'll deny it. So
yeah. So that's an interesting concept. Like people that don't want help, like you're there, you can assist, but they don't want help. Like they allow their pride to get in the way. And I think that's the thing that, I don't know about y'all, but I know sometimes when I was struggling, right? I was like, nah, I'm gonna go find a job or find something else, right? Yeah, if it was $20, hey, J3, let me borrow $20 real quick. I got you at the end of the week, right? But if it was any more than $20, I'll find a way to get it otherwise, right? I'll cut somebody's grass. Put a little work in to make it happen. And when people offer, it's like, oh, hey, I can cover that for you. No. This is where I'm at. And if that's my limit. Like you help me out $20, or if you bought something for me that was like $20 or low, cool. But any more than that, I'm like, no, I'm not struggling that bad where I need to owe somebody $100 or something like that. So I think for me, it's like I try not to owe people money because I like to give. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna owe you, but let me get that $20 for some gas, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.